Yeah, I think because you touched again on a great point is like that community around farming. And I think, that's a big I think it's not just unique to Hawaii. I think happens across the whole United States, and I wouldn't be surprised across around the whole world. Is farming? It's such an intensive lifestyle, and it's so much work that you get like in caught up in the trenches. You put your head in a hole, and you just don't come up to breathe. And it can be super discouraging. It can be super depressing. And it's so important. Look at the word agriculture. What's there's the end of it. It's called culture. And what's the root of culture? It's community. And so how can we, if we're thinking about agriculture, like it's so important to have that community to surround you. And I think, that's where, organic farming or, regenerative farming is really trying to bring that community aspect back to it, right? It's not like you're not doing this alone. There's other people who are dealing with the same problems as you, like come together, share, talk story, break bread, eat food together. It's like, and learn from each other. Because, then you're going to go back to your farm the next day or, and you're just going to be like, wow, I feel so much better. Like I thought I was the only one dealing with this pest. But now, like, I just realized like everybody's dealing with it. And, look, I got 5 new ways how to solve that problem. And now, like, I don't gotta stress about it. I don't gotta stay up late and like think about like how I'm gonna deal with that, or is it gonna damage my crop I'm not gonna be able to take to market. Um, and I think that's like such a thing that we've lost into like the modern culture is like we don't have that community around farming anymore. We've lost the culture of agriculture.
Right,
And
right.
how do we bring that back? How do we make that like, build, communities around farms. I think, yes, we're going to need the large scale farms. However, we need a vibrant, small scale, medium scale, family run, community based farms that are implementing organic and regenerative practices. Like we know that's better for us as human beings. The food that we put, you are what you eat. Why
Yep.
wouldn't I want to eat the best, healthiest, nutritional food out there? And we know that comes from organic farming. We know that comes from regenerative farming. We know that's better for the environment. We know it helps climate change. We know it sequesters carbon, and we know it's like better for the soil and our community. So, like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't we?
I mean, it just builds resilient crops. I mean, it's just I don't see a negative about it. It's just a no-brainer to me. Especially when you have uh, past information and the new information is building on the past. It's just reconfirming what we already know. So it's not. Well, we could talk about this for days. Is there one thing that you wanna say? One last thing you want to say to our listeners regarding the TOPP program, regarding organic and becoming certified organic.
Yeah, I think we've said a lot here today, and like, to just leave it on a note of, sort of support your local farmer, find those organic farmers out there, acknowledge that they're doing that extra heavy lift to like, provide you with those products. If you are an organic farmer out there who's interested in passing on that knowledge, please reach out. I know you're extremely busy. I've been in your shoes before. I am in your shoes still. But it's so important that we take the time to pass on the knowledge to those next generations, to those new farmers who are willing to take on the challenge of growing food for our communities. And yeah, it's just such important work that's being done. And this program is going to be around for another 3.5 years, I think, officially, but hopefully this will be an ongoing program across the United States that's going to be built into the Farm Bill, and the funding will be there to support more this ongoing programs like this, and we'll be able to build on it, make it better, and that's a big part of like the way we run top the mentoring side is like when we get that feedback from the farmer or the mentor, we try to implement that right away. It's like, how can we make this more engaging? How can we make it more impactful and try to listen to that and incorporate it in.
Right on, Christian. You got. I think you got another meeting, and that's part of being with all the hands in the pot, right? And so really appreciate your time, taking the time out to talk to us and to really give us some of these gems of knowledge and what you're doing. And so we want to thank you for your time, and we appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, let's do it again sometime, maybe in a year, and we can have an update on how things are going. And yeah, I'd love to jump on again. Thanks so
Right on,
much.
right on. Thank you.